Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's Diablo 4 Season 4 Week 3. We have some builds out there that are pushing the pits 140 plus. So which ones are they? Stick around and I'll tell you right now. Let's start off with the king of the undead. That is the Lord, the Shadow Minion Necromancer. Pushing the pits 140 plus. The Shadow Minion build, all these builds are in the description by the way, can easily carry you through, I say easily, with a little bit of finesse. All you have to do is drop a whole bunch of friends that you've already killed once, bring them back twice, and deliver the clean action straight up their alleyway because that's what you get to do as a Necromancer. This is pretty solid, one of the front-running builds you can use if you're on the Necromancer trying to delve deep into that dank darkness that we call the pits of the Artificer. Up next is the VICTIMIZE HEARTSEEKER Rogue. So what's so nice about this Rogue is it's actually clearing the pits 130 and above using a very interesting, very mobile build for the Rogue class. So interesting note with this and other classes we're going to get to in the video in just a second, they're all doing something very similar. If you're not paying attention to it, I'm going to bring that to your awareness. The Rapid Fire is kind of doing a great job too. Recently, as of like the time of this video, had a bit of a bug, so it was kind of like shooting all over the place. So Rapid Fire, got to get fixed. Devs, what do we do in Diablo? Let's pick that back up, right? But VICTIMIZE HEARTSEEKER, 130 plus in the pits. Sounds really good, you trickster, shadow weaving madmen. The Druid, Ace of Spades again, clearing a 117 plus in the pits with his basic wind shear build, which is another point I want to make in just a moment. So the Druid's looking really clean, and there's also some rumblings on the wind of maybe there's another Druid build that we're going to check out this week from Ace of Spades. I'm excited for it. Maybe something landslide, who knows? If it's not out this week, it's in the testing phase. Maybe we'll see some updates to the Druids in week 4. But for this time, right now, week 3, wind shear is where you want to be to clear deep pits. And like I mentioned at the moment, 117 plus cleared by the Ace of Spades crew. Makuna is clearing pits level 120 with this Flame Shield Firewall Firebolt build. And I gotta tell you, one of the things that this Eye of Agamotto, Doctor Strange-esque Sorc wielding action is doing that you could do on a build right now is they're using the power of Flame Shield. So as long as you have a good duration on Flame Shield and a lot of ranks in it, basically you can turn most builds impervious to damage because you have consistent 100% uptime on that Flame Shield, which is always a good time. So if you want to try that, work on gear on your Sorceress to get permanent uptime on Flame Shield so you can try things like Fracture Wind or Frozen Orb. You can also try Blizzard. I'd like to see what Blizzard does with a shield setup like that. It could be kind of interesting. And at the moment, Makuna is leading the pack as far as I'm aware with 120 pit clear in the pits. Good job, man. Way to stay in the arcane arts for the kids. Up next, again, the Trend TRT No-Neck Barbarians, the swole bros in the gym. They're doing power cleans of 350 plus. They're doing Astagrass squats at 750 for reps. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. Let's talk about the CN 130 build. The CN, the Chinese 130 pit clear build, is actually doing much better than that. Actually maintaining a solid clear with the Necromancer of 140 pit clear. This double dipping Barbarian build is absolutely fantastic. It's something I want to work towards. At the moment for me, I'm playing a Hoda Bash Barb because I'm doing some carries online with my community, and I really like doing good bash damage. And for me, that's it. But the reason you might want to check out a Bash Bleed Barb is simply because it double dips with critical strike damage. So you get to appreciate the damage up front, and then as something's bleeding, you dip into that damage again. So that's where your double dip comes in. Imagine Diablo 4 is Baskin Robbins, right? Barbarian walks in the store. Not a single Barbarian out of Diablo 4 Season 4 is walking out of that store with a single ice cream cone. That's 2 scoops, and you bet your sweet ass they're getting that chocolate drizzle on top because they deserve it. Good job, No-Necks. You guys are slapping it. Now, this is basically what we're talking about. Here's the key thing I wanted to mention to you. If you look at the Barbarian, they're using Bash. If you look at Wind Shear Druids, they're using Wind Shear. If you look at Heartseeker on Rogue, they're using Heartseeker. And the Sorceress is using Firebolt. 4 classes out of all the classes in Diablo in week 3, they're all using basic skills. They're all dealing tremendous amount of damage through generators, which is interesting. And they're using other skills like core skills, mastery skills, so on and so forth, to add to the damage that they're already doing. I find this kind of interesting, and it's definitely a meta shift that we weren't seeing in previous weeks. So for me, Diablo 4 Season 4, still loving it. Great game, best the game's ever been. And these are your top builds. I'll go over it really quick one more time for you. You got Shadow Minion on the Necro, Bleed Basher CN 130 for the Barbarians, VICTIMIZE HEARTSEEKER for the Rogue, Ace of Spades is currently on Wind Shear, but doing something delicious in the laboratory for the Druids, and finally, Firewall Firebolt for the Sorcs. Now, I don't really like the Fire Sorc gameplay, but that's just on me. What you think? If you got a build out there that's clearing even more, share it with me because I love to get involved and find out what you guys are up to. Much love. Thank you for checking out the video. Hope this keeps you informed. Have a great day out there, guys. I'll see you on the next one.